Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine and in good health. Welcome back to our English class. Now as you can see, we are doing recapitulation of grammar gate. It means in the previous class we did the recap for honeysuckle chapters which are going to come for your PT2 exam. And now we'll be doing the recap of grammar gate chapters which are coming for your PT2 exam. Okay, so now let's start with the first chapter, that is your chapter number 6, subject verb agreement. Okay, and it's on page number 54. So I request all of you first to take out your grammar textbook so that when I say the chapter, you open that chapter and sit. Okay, now as this is the recap, I'll be just saying in short what is there in this chapter. Okay, and there are few questions from your worksheet. Now worksheet is already forwarded to you in your WhatsApp groups, right? Now you're having the textbooks, so you don't need to go in the worksheet to search for the question. Okay, so we'll be solving those questions also. Okay, so now let us start with subject verb agreement. What is subject verb agreement? So what is it? Let's see. It refers to the relationship between the verb and its subject. So what is this subject verb agreement? It talks about the relationship of a subject and the verb. It means, let us first take an example. You are late. Okay, we'll be understanding it through this example. Clear, students? Subject is means the character, the one who who you are talking about in the sentence. So whom are we talking about? Who is late? You are late. So what is the subject over here? You. What is the subject over here? It's you, right? And what's the verb over here? Late. Now the verb you are, that should that has the relationship with the subject. Okay, if it was I, subject was I, then what would be this helping verb? It would be am late, right students? So do you see, this is according to the subject. This helping verb or this auxiliary verb is according to the subject. Subjects and verbs must agree with one another in numbers, that is singular or plural. That if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular. If the subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. So this is a very important line in this subject verb agreement. If it means, if this one is singular, your verb should also be singular. If this is plural, your verb should also be plural. If you say we are, now you know that if you're using you have to use are. Okay, if it is has, have, okay, or any other verb that is according to the subject. If you're talking about one subject, it has to be uh, singular. If it's plural, then it has to be plural. Clear? So these are the very important lines. Now see page number 56 of your textbooks. There are 8 rules. How many rules are there? 8 rules of subject verb agreement. It means if the subject is like this, your verb should be like this. So see the first example. First rule, when a plural noun denotes some specific amount of money. Now it means if your noun is plural and it's talking about money, time, distance, weight, okay, so all of them is not considered as plural. That plural noun is one. That plural noun is considered one. If you say 100 rupees, that is considered one. If you say 1 rupee, that is also considered one, right? If you say 4 years, 1 year, though four are plural, but that is considered as one. Okay, so I hope rule 1 is clear to you. Okay, next, name of the things which have two parts. Now, if there are things which are having two parts like scissors, glass, our spectacles, our trousers, pants, pajamas, okay, so all these are having two parts, but it is only one pant. Okay, if you are having spectacles, we have for left eye and right eye. एक आँख में तो नहीं पहनते हैं, right? So that is considered to be one noun. Okay, so if it is one noun which are having two parts, then they are considered plural, and your verb will also be plural. See the example. His trousers were dirty. Trousers, we are talking about only one trouser, but we are considering it as plural because it's having two parts. Clear? Now see rule number 3. The word news in singular is singular and therefore takes a singular verb. So if you see a word like news, you will use singular verb. Subjects, after subjects you have to use singular. Then if it is suppose nouns like police, cattle, people, poultry, gentry. So some general words which are used for group, which are used for a group. So if you say people, it means not only one person is there. Person is singular, people is plural, right? So when there is a particular word, when you're talking about a group, you will have to use plural verb. Clear? Now come to rule number 6. After one of plus plural noun, the verb is singular. So if you're using one of my friend, one of my relatives, so when you're using one of, now, if you say one of my relatives, you have used S, it means you're talking about many relatives, but you have added one of in the beginning, right? So, one of my relatives, it becomes singular noun. So, your verb will also be singular. Clear? Now, come to rule number 7. When a plural noun or pronoun follows either of, neither of, or any of, or none of, we can use a singular or plural verb. So if you have these either of, neither of, all this kind of words, conjunctions, then you can use plural or singular verb. In sentences beginning with there, the real subject comes after the verb. So now if you're having a sentences which start with there, it means there are books, there is a pen on the table. Okay, so when something there, you start a sentence with there, then remember the subject is not there. The subject will come after the verb. The subject will come after the verb. So if your verb is singular, your subject will be singular. If a verb is plural, your subject will be plural. Clear? So this is there in the chapter subject verb agreement. Now let us see some questions. Now economics dash an interesting subject. So what we did over here is an interesting subject. We know that after subjects, see rule number 4. See rule number 4. Now when I made you solve this exercise, I even asked you to write a rule so that you understand beside the question, isn't it? Now, my spectacles are broken. Is or are? My spectacles are broken. Rule number 2. Right? One of the photo. See, one of the photo. So, rule number 6. So, when we know we use one of, we have to use singular. That is, was. So, rule number 6. There were several problems to discuss. Now, there we used. Now, the subject comes after the verb. So, let us see several problems. So, problems we are talking about many. So, it will be plural. So, that is why this is rule number 8. Okay. So, if it is plural, we used were. One of my brother. Again, one of my brother came. Right. So, one of my brother means we have to take singular. This rule 6, we have to use singular verb. So we used has because have is plural, has is singular, was is singular, were is plural, is singular, are is plural. Is it understood? So this chapter is very easy and very scoring. I hope you understood this chapter well. Now turn the page of your textbook as well. Page number 58, tenses. Now you will be studying about tenses. Now we have taken this chapter in term 1. Okay, it's again there for you in PT2 exam. Now what is tenses? Now every time you have heard this word tenses, we think tenses is very difficult to learn, tenses is very difficult to learn. What is tenses? Tenses, students, is nothing but changing the verb according to time so that it shows the correct action. Okay, tense is a form of verb that is used to show the time of the action. So tense means जिस हिसाब से तुम्हारा verb होगा ना, okay, so that will show the time, that will show the time. If I say came, if I use come, or if I use will come, see, all are talking about coming, all are talking about coming. So if I used came, ये जिस हिसाब से ये verb लिखा है ना, that shows the time of the action. How? That if we use came, it means it became past, present, future. Is it understood? So have you seen this? That the तुम्हारा verb जैसा होगा ना, that will show you the time of the action. या तो वो past में हुआ था, या तो वो present में हुआ था, या तो वो future में हुआ था. Clear? And the changing or the verb जो हमें time बताता है ना action का, that is itself called tenses. Nothing else. Okay? So now when we talk about past, before, okay, that is past. If you talk about now, present, and after, it means future. Clear? So these are the 3 times that you'll be talking about. Now in as per your book, you have 3: present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. You have future as well. Okay, but we'll be looking up to this 3 today. Present perfect continuous tense. Now, in present perfect continuous tense, so in present tense, you have 4 types of tenses. Even in past, you're having 4 types of tenses. Okay, so in present, what are the 4 types? Simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous. In past, you have simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous, right? So you'll be studying past continuous, past perfect, second and third one, and here we'll be studying the fourth one of the present tense. The previous ones you have already studied in your 5th standard, but still, when I was explaining this chapter of tenses, I've explained you each tense in very much detail, students. Okay, so if you're having any doubts regarding tenses, you can go to the playlist of English subject, or you can go to our Pinnacle Learning channel, okay, class 5 to 7, and over there you can watch the videos of tenses. Now over here, present perfect continuous tense. Now over here, the present perfect continuous shows that an action began in the past and it is still going on. So which actions are we talking about over here in present perfect continuous tense? Some action that started in past. Let me draw a line over here. This is present, okay? This is past, and this is future. Now, okay, let me use blue as in present perfect. So, some action started in past and it's still going on. So, that is your first one, that is present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so how are you going to write your verb? Okay, suppose your verb is come. Your verb is come. So how will you write? So if it is singular, you have to use has. Plural, you have to use have, been, verb plus ing. So we suppose you are using singular only. So has been come. Now you see I have to add ing. So e will be eliminated. Has been coming. This is your entire verb. Is it understood, student? This is how you are going to write a present perfect continuous tense. Okay. If you don't remember, if you don't understand, you can learn this formula: has or have plus been plus the verb plus ing, because it is continuous. Clear? Now past continuous. Now if it is past continuous, we'll be talking about the past over here. Okay. So in past continuous, it means some action was going on in past, not now. Some action was going on in past. Okay, the past continuous tense is used for an action that was still going on at a certain time in past. You're talking about a certain time in past and वो time पे वो action हो रही थी. So that is past continuous. See page number 61. See the second paragraph after the heading. The past continuous tense is used for an action that was still going on at certain time in past. So at certain time you're talking maybe about 9 o'clock. So I was eating at 9 o'clock. So at a certain time you were doing some action. That is your past continuous. So you will use was or were. Was for singular, were for plural, plus verb plus ing. So again we are taking come. Okay. So singular. Okay, let's take plural now. Were, come. Now you see I have to add ing, so हम e नहीं लिखेंगे. Were coming. Okay. Now next, past perfect. What is past perfect now? So turn the page number 62. The past perfect is used for an action completed before a certain point in the past. So some actions started in past. Now let us change the color. Some action started in past and it got over in past. Some action started in past, it got over in past. Okay, so past perfect. What is the formula? Had plus past participle. So past participle over here we talk about V3 form. We talk about which form? V3 form. It means the third form of the verb. If the verb is not having the third form, we will use ed. Suppose were, wore, worn. So what is this? These are the three forms. Okay, but if I say work, work is also a verb, but uska three forms hai? No, it's not there. So what we do? We add ed, worked. What do? We add ed. So now past perfect. That is your past participle. V3 or you will have ed. So you will have to add had, come. Had, come. Come, came, come. Okay? So these are your three tenses. Now let us see the questions. Complete the sentences using the tense given in the brackets. He has been speaking on the phone since 8:15. You have to use present perfect continuous tense. Now have you seen the formula? Has or have plus been plus verb plus ing. Now in the bracket a verb is given, that is speak. So you just have to add this. Now we are talking about he means singular. So has been speaking. Clear? They have been watching the cricket match all evening. Now it was raining when I got up this morning. Past continuous, rain, it singular. The sun had risen when I got up. So past perfect. They had eaten everything when I arrived at the party. Past perfect. Eat, ate, eaten. Okay. So students, this is the way, if you learn the formulas, it would be easy for you to do the exercises of tenses. Now come to chapter 8, page number 69. Now adverbs. Now you have studied verbs. Verbs we talk about actions. So adverbs we are going to talk about the verbs. Okay, about it modifies. What is an adverb? It modifies your verb or another adverb. Okay, even adjective. Understood, students? So in this chapter you had studied about various types of adverbs. You have studied about various types of adverbs, that is adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency, adverb of degree. Now adverb of manner, it told how an action is done. It tells you about how an action happens. What is adverb of place? Where an action happened. Okay, here, there, outside, upstairs, किसी जगह का नाम नहीं. Words that specifies place. Clear? So if you want to talk about where an action happened, you will use adverb of place. If you want to know the time, कब हुआ था, so वहाँ पे 9 o'clock 10 o'clock नहीं होता. The verb again that defines the time. So when an action happened, then you are going to use adverb of time. Then frequency, how often, कितनी बार वो action हुआ है, it will be adverb of frequency. Now how much means कितनी बार हुआ है. Okay, कितना हुआ है, so to what extent it happened, so it is adverb of degree. Understood? So it's, you should learn all these words, you should learn all these verbs. Now you know adverbs are formed by adding ly to the adjective, right? And mostly they come before the verbs, clear? So now let us see the exercise. He is late, never. Okay, so कभी भी late नहीं होता. Adverb of he is never late. Never is adverb of frequency. Is it adverb of frequency? Yes, it is adverb of frequency. So and it comes before the verb. Verb is over here, late. So he is never late. It had struck 10 just. That is adverb of time. So it before the verb you have to add just. So it had just struck 10. Okay, I agree with you. I quite agree with you. We missed the bus. So again before the verb you have to add we nearly missed the bus. He has gone home. He has already gone home. So what is the main point over here? That you need to identify the verb in the sentence. Okay, identify the verb and then before that you add the adverbs that are given in the brackets. Is it understood, students? So this chapter is very easy, very scoring. Clear, students? This chapter is literally very easy and you can score marks in this chapter. And if you still want the explanation in detail, I have explained you in very much detail. So again you can go on the channel and you can directly find it. Okay, or you can go to the playlist that we have shared it with the video of your PDF link. Okay, now chapter 9, page number 74, degrees of comparison. Now in this chapter we have studied about comparing adjectives and adverbs. We have studied about comparing adjectives and adverbs. Now mainly these kind of comparison that we are going to do. So if we do as, suppose tall as, it means both are same. Both are same. When you are talking about the things that both are same, you talk about Ram is as tall as Rahul. Okay, so here both are same in heights. ना वो ज़्यादा है ना वो कम है, right? So if both are same in size, we can use as dash as. We can use as dash as. As dash as means you have to add over there adjective. Clear? Now positive degree. Positive degree we are going to talk about only one noun. We are going to talk about only one noun. Ram is tall. If I say Ram is tall, it means we are talking only about Ram. We are not comparing any other boy. Clear? So when we are talking about one, we use positive degree and we use the adjective as it is. Clear? Next, comparative degree. Here you are comparing two. Here you are comparing two of them. Okay, so when you compare two, you add er or more. Students, what you have to do? More या तो er आता है. Okay, if it's adverb, then mostly over there what will come? More will come. Okay, what will come? More. And er for adjectives. Clear? So if I say Seema is taller than Ria. Seema is taller than Ria. Whom are you comparing? Seema and Ria. अब कौन ज़्यादा लंबा है? Seema. So which I used tall as the adjective and I added er to it. What did I add? Er to it. Okay. So you have to use comparative degree, that is more or er with the adjective, or if you cannot add er, you have to add more before it to make it comparative. Clear? Now superlative means we are comparing with all. We are comparing with all. If I say Seema is the tallest, I added est. And if you cannot add est, you have to add most. What do you have to add? Most. Is it understood, student? If you cannot see over here, let me write it down. Superlative. So if I say Seema is the tallest, she is most beautiful. It means out of all, she is most beautiful. You cannot use beautifulest. You cannot say beautifuler. You have to write, suppose Seema is more beautiful than Ria. Or if you say Seema is most beautiful. So superlative degree, when you are comparing one with all of them, it will be the superlative degree. Understood? So this was there in the chapter degree of comparison. Now all of you, page number 79 and 80, you have some exercises over there. We'll be doing that. Clear? I type dash than Ritu. If you use than, mostly remember than is used in comparative. Than is used in comparative degree. Okay, so it means you have to use carefully. Now if it is carefully ly, it means it is adverb. Now mostly with adverb you will have to add more or most before it. Okay, so if it is comparative, we will use more. So more carefully. Prices have been rising than incomes. Fast, adjective, you can add er, faster than incomes. Nida is the most intelligent. It means I am talking about superlative degree. But Grace works the hardest. We are playing worse than yesterday. Again, you are comparing. Badly becomes worse. Okay, good becomes better, best. Badly becomes worse or worst. Worse and last is worst. Clear? So this is how comparative or superlative degree you can write and identify. Understood? Now all of you, next chapter number 11, that is conjunctions. Okay, so again these two conjunction chapters are very easy. You just have to learn correlative conjunctions and compound conjunctions. Clear? Now correlative conjunctions. Some conjunctions are used in pairs. They are known as correlative conjunctions. So there are some conjunctions that you are using in pairs. Pairs means we have to use them together in the sentence. We have to use them together in the sentence. See, suppose either or, neither nor. ओके, तो ये सारे सब साथ में जाएंगे. सी ऑन पेज नंबर 88. Okay, there are so many examples: neither, nor, either, or, both, and, though, yet, whether, or, not only, but also. So these are the conjunctions that you have to use together as one. Okay, so they are called correlative conjunctions. Clear? And students, in the video when I was explaining in detail this chapter, I have explained you each conjunction and what is the meaning of conjunction. Clear? Compound conjunctions, we use many compound expressions as conjunctions. They are called compound conjunctions. So student, compound conjunctions means the words that are combined together. What is compound over here? Compound expression means there are words that are combined together and made it a conjunction. Okay, for example, as well as, as well as, or if I say as if I say as if. So all are different. As well as, three are different, as is different, if is different, right? So the words that are combined together, the words that are combined together, and when we use it as an conjunction in a sentence, okay, that is your compound conjunction. Students, conjunction is nothing but they are the joining words. They join two words or two sentences or group of words. Is it understood? Okay, so in that one sentence, when we are combining, we use conjunctions. So correlative, we use in pairs. Conjunctions, they are compound, means the words that are combined together. We are using them as conjunctions. Clear? So now let us see the exercise. So complete the sentences with appropriate correlative conjunctions. So now you're having separate, it's written over here, you have to use correlative conjunction, means the one you're using in pairs. So I dash have to do my maths homework, have to complete my science project. Now both the things the person has to do, even the maths homework and the science project. So what will come? Not only but also. मतलब सिर्फ मैथ्स का होमवर्क ही नहीं, मुझे तो साइंस का होमवर्क भी करना है. क्लियर? He is unwell, he came to school. So when we are using opposite ideas, we use though yet. So though he is unwell, yet he came to school. You will have to do it whether you like it or not. Okay, so this is a condition you are talking about. So if you like to do the work or you don't like to do the work, it doesn't matter, you have to do it. So it's a compulsion, it's a compulsion. So we used correlative conjunction whether or. Understood, students? Now let us come to the next ones. Complete the sentences with suitable compound conjunctions. You may go for a movie dash, you study for an hour. If you study for 1 hour, then only you can go to watch a movie. Okay, so it's some condition mentioned over here, so we can use on condition that. Clear? On condition that. Next, she realized her mistake, she corrected it. So as soon as she realized her mistake, जैसे ही उसको उसकी mistake पता चली, she corrected the mistake, and that is how it is supposed to be. So as soon as. Now next, he looked at me dash, he were weary. Okay, he looked at me as if he were weary. So students, this we have studied correlative conjunction and we have studied compound conjunctions. Now here three questions are there, here three questions, but students, I have just taken the examples to explain you. I have just taken the examples to explain you about the chapters in short. Okay, don't depend on worksheet. Okay, don't depend on worksheet. You have to study all the questions. You have to learn all the questions from your grammar textbook. Is it understood by you all? Okay, then don't say this question was not there in worksheet, or this is there, or this is. We are clearly mentioning you, and that is just for your practice work. Okay, you have to learn even in the honeysuckle, learn all the glossary words, learn all the question answers. Okay, learn everything that is there necessary, and even in your grammar books. Okay, and if still you have doubts, it's easy this time. You can go to the videos again of the chapters, you can watch them. Okay, and you can easily understand if you have any doubts. Okay, and don't forget about the writing section, that is your diary entry. Your diary entry, follow the format. Okay, students, you need to compulsorily follow the format, so at least you will get marks for the format. Okay, and try to write it properly and very much neatly. Okay, so, and all the best for your exam. Do well in the exam. So see you soon with the next chapters.